Hey everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I'm so glad you're here. My name's Leslie. Welcome to my kitchen down on the farm. Today, we're gonna feel so proud of ourselves. We are gonna skip the store-bought pasta and we are going to make our own. You don't want to miss anything. I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is, and we'll talk about how you can do it without special equipment. There is a way. So I will bring you back in just a little bit and run the intro right now. If you haven't subscribed, now's a perfect time to do so. Hit that bell notification and be sure to give me a thumbs up, and of course share my video. So we'll be right back and we'll get started on homemade pasta.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is...
Okay, so if you missed yesterday's video, in yesterday's video you saw the finished product of this. So we're actually rewinding a day to get this process started. So yeah, if you want to see the finished product, I will try to link yesterday's video down below and you can go check it out. But this is just about the pasta. I thought it needed its very own standalone video. So that's what we're going to get started and we're going to do. So let me tell you, sorry, you hear the squeaking. In my pan here is 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to show you how easy this is. As you can see, I have my pasta roller out here. This is a new item for me. I got it for Christmas, this past Christmas, and it's my first time using it. So I will talk you through how to make pasta even if you don't have one of these. I've made pasta lots of times and I've never used one of these. This will be a luxury for me. It'll be the first time. So don't be intimidated if you don't have a pasta roller. Okay, I'm adding a teaspoon of salt. And that is just Redmond's real salt, I believe. All right, and so I'm going to create a well. And creating a well is just where you make a little indentation. Get your flour out of the way. And we're going in with 3 eggs. Somebody gave me some farm fresh eggs. So when I have farm fresh eggs, I love it. But I also like to break them in a separate bowl just in case. Just in case something has gone awry and they missed one. So we're gonna crack them right in here. That one is absolutely beautiful. And we're just gonna go right in here in the center. 3 large eggs. Wow, that cracked in a weird way. Beautiful. Yet again. I had the duck eggs that I actually thought about using, but I'm so anxious to actually eat those and try them just eggs. So yeah, and that was a beautiful green color. Beautiful. Oh, there's some shell in there. Let's get you out. I can't get it. I got it that time. All right. Okay, so now I want to add a tablespoon of olive oil. This is optional. I like it. I just think it gives it a nice little flavor and flair. And so I just want to beat these eggs up right here in the center of the flour. And then once I get those beaten up, I'm going to kind of start swirling in some of that flour and salt. Now, depending on the day, today's a pretty humid day, so I don't foresee needing to add any water. But it wouldn't hurt to have a little dish like this full of water if you need to add just a little bit of liquid. And I'm just kind of turning the bowl and splattering out flour. That's fine. We're going to have flour everywhere before it's over. All right. Now I'm just going to start using my hands and start incorporating that flour. And we're just going to make a beautiful, it's going to look like a buttery dough. And go ahead and squeeze, because there's liquid in there and you want to pick up all this dry flour and create a good dough ball. All right, I'm going to get this going and I'll bring you back. Okay, so we have the dough ball here in a pretty much, I think I added maybe 2 teaspoons of water just to pick up the last little bit of the flour. Now I'm going to put some flour down. This is one of those breads that you don't need to worry about the flour content. Now we're just going to knead this, and right now it's kind of shaggy, but we're going to get it to where it's soft. It's going to turn really super soft, and we're just going to knead it as much as we can until we get it together. If you're using a mixer for this, I would say maybe 5 minutes. By hand, it could take up to, I don't know, take up to 8 maybe. So I'm just going to knead away, and I'll bring you guys back in just a little bit. I have been kneading this for about 7 minutes, and I just want you to look at how smooth and beautiful that is. Now it's the waiting game. I'm just going to put it right back in the bowl that I mixed it in. I'll probably take a little piece of saran wrap, not cover the bowl, but just kind of cover the ball of dough. It's not going to rise because there's no yeast. So we're just letting the gluten get all whatever it does and just let it rest to where it's a little bit more easy to work with. Now you can let it rest as long as you want. You can even stick it in the refrigerator, leave it overnight if you need to. I'm going to let mine rest probably about an hour, and so we'll be back to play with our dough in about an hour. But for you, it's just a second. Well, guys, at this point, I realized my audio was not working. Or actually, I didn't realize it. But look how soft the dough has become after it's rested well over an hour. So I'm going to turn you down so you can see here. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour in a bowl. And I'm going to put a little bit of flour on the dough ball. You're going to use plenty of flour, so don't be afraid of the flour. Now, to make things easier, I'm going to cut it into fourths just to make it go through the machine much easier and to make light of the work. So I'm going to just stick 3 of those over in the bowl of flour and let them hang out. I'm going to just kind of shape this one into an oblong, weird shape. Not exactly sure what shape it ended up being, but just one that I could easily get through my pasta roller. So we're going to go over here to the pasta machine, and I have it on the largest setting. I can't remember the brand. It's ISILER, I think, is the brand of the pasta roller. It's really inexpensive and definitely worth the investment. I think it's like $30 some. But it really makes this job much easier. Now you want to flour it each time or as often as you need to. Now not every time does it need flour, but definitely this first go around it needs a little extra flour. You want no sticking at all. So I go through each size setting. Whoops, I pulled the handle out. I go through each size setting twice, and I step down one at a time and then go through each setting twice. You just roll right through and it comes out the other end, and it gets a little longer each time. Now eventually you may have to get to where you have to cut it in half just to make it a little bit more manageable, especially if you're like me and didn't have help in the kitchen. I could have used an extra set of hands, but didn't. So what I'm going to do now is decide to either keep going with the other rolls. It's best to go with each individual roll, and that way you can do each size and not have to change it. So now I've got it as thin. I went all the way to the setting 5 and it's super thin. I did cut it in half. Now the cutting section is in this upper portion, and I'm going to get it started. You just move the handle over to that section. It took me a few minutes, or a few seconds rather, to get it started and going good. But there it goes. And I'm doing the fettuccine size. The one up above it is the spaghetti size. But, and out the bottom you can see those beautiful fettuccine noodles coming out. Look at them. Aren't they gorgeous? Now I do toss those in flour. I got a cookie sheet out. And I'm sprinkling a little bit of flour. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I sprinkled them with flour, and then I kind of curl them up into a little bird's nest and set them out to dry. There you go. That's how they look. And then I just do that with each individual thing. Now you can hang your noodles if you would like. I just chose to put them in the little bird's nest. Now here I'm telling you that you can do each roll and do each setting. That way you only have to move the handle each once. You know, you only have to go through each size once. So I'm going to get finished up here, and I'll bring you back when everything is cut. Well, everyone, I am so sorry. I just realized my audio was not working, so I had to go back over and do a voiceover, and I apologize. So I have taken the microphone off, and I'm not using it right now because I don't know what happened. But anyway, here is our pasta, and I have it in the little bird's nest, and I'm just going to leave this sitting out on the counter tonight and let it dry. Now, if I was to cook this right now, straight from fresh, it would only take like 2 to 3 minutes. You would boil water and salt just like you would store-bought pasta, but it would only like take 2 to 3 minutes. Now, if it was completely dry, it would take probably your 9 to 10 minutes, just like the box stuff. However, tomorrow, I'm not sure exactly how dry it's going to be, so my cook time may vary. I may just have to keep checking it. But if you're cooking from fresh, just a couple of minutes. If it has completely dried, now you can hang this and let it dry, or you can do like I did and flour it and just put it in little bird's nests. But I'm going to let this sit out and dry overnight, and we'll just work with what we got tomorrow. But I'm super excited. Homemade pasta. I feel super accomplished, and it was super easy, especially with the pasta roller. Oh, and that, let me tell you, I told you I was going to show you, I was going to leave some out and show you how to do it by hand. Well, Bryant didn't know that, and he saw the leftover piece that I was going to use, and he ran it through the pasta machine and cut the pasta into noodles and put it in there. So I'm sorry. But all you do is you have a good floured place. You get your rolling pin and you roll 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 some more and you roll some more and you roll some more and you keep rolling and you keep flouring and you keep rolling until it is super duper thin. Like that thin. Like, I don't even know how to tell you how thin that is. Like, I can see the light through it. But super duper thin. And then the easiest thing to do is to just take a pizza roller. I don't know where this came from, but I love it. I love it. And of course, I can't find it. But a pizza cutter is the best option. I can't find my little machine. But, yeah, a pizza cutter. Just roll, roll, roll. And they won't be even. You'll have some waves and that, but that's okay. That makes it rustic and beautiful. But I will say, I didn't pay for the pasta cutter or pasta roller because it was bought for me for Christmas. But whatever was paid for, and I'm thinking it was around in the $30 range, it's well worth it, especially if you want homemade pasta. I would not blink. I would not think twice about making homemade pasta. If I have a little bit of extra time, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. And if I had a day that I could make a bunch of pasta up and just like make several batches of it, oh, I would do that in a heartbeat because the taste is going to be so much better with the homemade pasta than it is store-bought. It's unbelievable. So hopefully this will be enough. I do have some store-bought just in case, but hopefully we don't have to use it. This will be plenty. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow when we make this, and hopefully I remember to give you like the final outcome. Well, y'all, I hope you enjoyed the noodle video. It is a farm day for me today, so I am just going to end the video here. I'm going to insert, not end it here, I'm going to insert a few of the taste tests from yesterday's video of the Alfredo, but it also includes the noodles. So you probably saw these same two little clips yesterday, but I'm just going to include them in this video since it's about the noodles. So they were absolutely delicious. You will not be sorry. They are much better than store-bought, but maybe not quite as convenient. So it's a must try, but so easy. So I will see you guys next time on the Farm and Pastor's Wife. Remember, if the grease is, oops, hang on. I'm not ending it here. I'm inserting clips. Hang on. I'll come back and say bye. All right, everyone. We're going to go in with the homemade noodles. Hopefully this will be enough. If not, I have some store-bought. So I'm going to drop them in. I'm thinking maybe 5 minutes because they're not completely dry. I do need to salt my water though before I go any further. Okay, everybody, here are our noodles. And they are delicious and beautiful. It only took about 5 minutes for them to get completely done. I am fixing a little bit extra of the store-bought just in case we don't have enough, but this whole pan right here is originals. And in the pot over there, they're just beginning to boil, are the store-bought ones. But these are the ones I made. Okay, everybody, we've said the blessing and are starting to dig in. So what you think?
I've already had a sneak taste.
There's not any water. There's not any tea in that.
Okay. I'm a sun-dried tomato fan. And I can tell you, I taste the sun-dried tomatoes in there, and they are phenomenal. But it's not too overpowering, but it's restaurant good.
Levi, is it good?
So yes, ma'am.
What do you think, Caroline?
Delicious.
Has Jamie had any yet?
It's delicious.
Judah, how is
Delicious.
it?
Good.
All right, and look at my handsome son. What do you think?
Delicious.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the noodles. What do you think about the noodles?
They're really good. They are very...
They're better than store-bought, aren't
better
they?
than store-bought, yeah. Definitely better than store-bought.
Everybody agree? So there you have it. Now I'll say bye. I've got to get busy. We just got our flock in. We still have 2 more houses to go. We're waiting for them to come back. So, yeah, I will see you guys next time on The Farm and Pastor's Wife. Remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Had a little help from Judabug. Bye, y'all.